Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Moments. Today, we're diving into something that's truly shaking the fandom world. Yes, are you sure too? A show that was supposed to be warm and simple has now turned into a heated battlefield. The hashtag delete are you sure too is even trending across multiple Korean social media platforms. At first glance, the reasons sound trivial. The show is unnecessary, it's irrelevant, it ruins Jungkook's image. But is it really that simple? Or is there something deeper, something they're trying to hide? Because if we're being honest, it's not the show they're afraid of. What they fear is what might be seen behind the camera. The chemistry between Jimin and Jungkook, too real, too warm, and too honest to deny. Let's uncover together what truly makes a part of the fandom so panicked, and why Are You Sure Too has become a symbol of something far greater than just a variety show. This isn't just about a program. It's about love, honesty, and the bond between two souls that no hashtag can erase. Recently, the fandom world has been in turmoil once again. In Korea, some of Jungkook's fans suddenly began fiercely opposing the airing of Are You Sure Too. They even made hashtag delete Are You Sure Too trend on various social media platforms. At first glance, their reasons seem simple. They call the show unnecessary, unimportant, and damaging to Jungkook's image. But if you look closer at those comments, you'll notice something far deeper than mere dislike. Behind all the accusations and hashtags lies a single truth: fear. Yes, they're afraid. And that fear is real, clearly visible in how they react. Not because the show is bad, but because they know Are You Sure Too might once again reveal something they've long tried to deny. The undeniable chemistry between Jimin and Jungkook. For some, their relationship feels too close, too tender, and too different to be called just friendship. And for others, that closeness threatens the narrative they've been clinging to, that Jungkook must always appear independent, masculine, and never too soft, especially around Jimin. One of the most striking examples came from an account named @pinkvoila, who posted hateful comments about Jimin, calling the show embarrassing and labeling Jimin and Jungkook's interactions as disgusting gay fan service. Not stopping there, the account urged Jungkook's extremist fans, @Akis, to shut the show down, as if its existence were a disgrace that needed to be erased from the world. Comments like these reveal not only homophobia but also deep-rooted obsession and jealousy. This kind of hate speech is no longer just emotional outburst online. It's proof of how fandom can turn into a battleground of personal hatred, where the very idols they claim to love become weapons to attack others. Ironically, some fans truly believe that by rejecting the show, they can change reality. As if by pressing the delete button on social media, they can erase a connection that has existed for over a decade. But human relationships, whether friendship, love, or soul connection, cannot be deleted by a hashtag. Jimin and Jungkook have known each other for over 10 years. They grew up together, struggled together, and dreamed on the same stage. We've seen them laugh backstage, exchange glances during concerts, and protect each other under the gaze of millions of cameras. Their chemistry isn't fabricated, nor is it a fandom illusion. It's real, natural, and effortless. There are tiny moments only visible to those who truly pay attention. A glance that lingers a second too long, a soft touch on the shoulder, a smile that appears without reason. Those are the silent languages of a connection deeper than colleagueship. And perhaps that's what some fans fear the most. Because deep down, they know what they're seeing isn't fan service, but something honest, genuine, and too beautiful to deny. Ironically, those who oppose the show forget one crucial fact. Jungkook himself was the one who proposed Are You Sure Too? In an interview, Jungkook once said to Jimin, "This time, the concept will be warmer, more sincere, even parents will love it." That wasn't the statement of someone being forced. It came from a Jungkook who wanted to continue a journey with someone who truly means something to him. He wanted to travel again, laugh again, and create new memories with Jimin. For them, Are You Sure isn't just a variety show. It's a private space where they can be themselves, without the stage pressure, without a script, without pretending. So if Jungkook himself is happy doing it, why do others feel entitled to forbid it? Maybe because they know the camera doesn't lie. Are You Sure 2 will once again reveal the world they've been rejecting. A world where Jimin and Jungkook no longer need to pretend. Imagine this opening scene. Jimin and Jungkook walking on a wooden bridge in Switzerland, under a calm blue sky. Jungkook carries a small camera, recording Jimin's cheerful steps. "You're always like a paparazzi, Jungkook," Jimin laughs. Jungkook just smiles. A smile that only appears when he's with him. They sit by the lake, feeding ducks, sharing bread and sharing laughter. "Hyung," Jungkook whispers softly, "if I could have moments like this every day, I wouldn't need anything else." Simple moments like that are often more honest than 1,000 words of love. And perhaps that's what scares some people the most. A truth too pure to be denied. But the fandom storm didn't end there. A few days later, social media flared up again. This time, not about the show, but about Jimin. Jungkook updated his Instagram, as did his brother. Something completely normal turned into another wave of hate. Jimin's name was dragged into a controversy he had nothing to do with. It all started with a charity event in Korea, a fundraising gala for breast cancer awareness. Though the cause was noble, some thought the event was too glamorous and insensitive to the issue. Several celebrities attended, including Namjoon, J-Hope, and Taehyung, and received harsh criticism. But in the middle of it all, somehow, Jimin's name surfaced again. He wasn't there. He wasn't involved. He didn't even mention the event. Yet extreme fans, especially from the Taekooker side, brought his name into the conversation, just to divert criticism away from their idol. Comment after comment appeared, twisting logic to target Jimin. If Taehyung gets criticized for going to a party, Jimin should too. He's been to parties and danced before. Wrote one user. They compared it to J-Hope's album release party, a private event attended by all BTS members to support their friend. But those photos were edited, twisted, and spread again, creating a false narrative as if Jimin had attended the same event as Taehyung. That's not a mistake, that's intentional manipulation. And as always, Jimin became the easiest target. Whenever drama arises involving other members, Jimin's name is the one dragged in, the perpetual scapegoat of fandom wars. Ironically, Jimin and Taehyung are actually close friends. They once shared a room, wrote songs together, and supported each other through hard times. But some fans have fabricated rivalries between them. Yet true love doesn't require destroying someone else. Love cannot coexist with hate. And what's happening now isn't love, it's obsession. Jimin, with his gentle nature, always chooses silence. He doesn't respond to hate, doesn't feed the rumors, never plays the victim. He just works hard, smiles, and lets his actions speak for him. But silence doesn't mean he feels no pain. Every false accusation, every manipulation, every insult leaves a scar. We may never know what he feels behind that calm smile. But one thing's certain, Jimin still stands. He continues to sing, dance, and love sincerely, even in a world that often treats him unfairly. And here lies the greatest irony of fandom. They claim to love their idols, but are too busy hating those they see as obstacles. If you truly love Jungkook, shouldn't you be happy when he's happy? And if you truly adore Taehyung, shouldn't you stop attacking the friend he considers family? Love never grows from hate. Fandom should be a space of support, not a battlefield. And so, dear friends, beneath all the noise, the hashtag wars, and hateful comments, there are still two people walking side by side, Jimin and Jungkook. They never fight back with words. They just smile, work hard, and let their actions speak. Every glance, every laugh, every quiet moment between them proves that true connection doesn't need defense. Jimin remains gentle, even when the world is cruel. Jungkook remains sincere, protecting in his own quiet way. And maybe that's exactly why they're so loved. Because beyond all the rumors, they embody the meaning of honesty and trust. So what can we learn from all this? That true love, whether it's friendship, connection, or something more, doesn't need to be declared. It only needs to be felt. And for us, the audience, Our job isn't to separate, but to appreciate. Because behind all the flashing cameras, they are just two human beings who want to live, laugh, and be loved without being targets of hate. Thank you for watching Jikook Moments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because there are still many Jimin and Jungkook stories waiting to be uncovered. See you in the next video, and remember, true connection doesn't need justification, only honesty.